It's good to be with you tonight. Haven't got to do a broadcast with you since that first night when I met you in Damon.
Yeah, it was Woodland Hills and Armstrong, but tonight it's Kiski Area High School, and underway here as tip-off is won by Penn Hills. It'll be moved forward. Once again, thank you for tuning in here on the High Top Sports Network, presented by Diamond and Gold Buyers of Pittsburgh. Stop in at any of their 7 locations today to see firsthand that you don't need to spend an arm and a leg to find the missing piece to your jewelry collection. Underneath, good look and a nice basket. First one of the game goes to number 5. That's Hannah Pugliese.
Showing a press, too, right after that, Spence. So aggressive are these Indians thus far.
Kiski was able to break it, but a missed shot from number 13, Gianna DeVito. And moving forward now is Penn Hill, still 2-0. Their second possession. Taken away, though. Good steal. 32. Rika Garcia-Broden. Rakaya Garcia-Broden, excuse me. Travel called, yep, on number 11, Cora Coleman, who was looking to the left and then saw the defender there, but she picked up her foot real quickly, looking back to her right again, so that's going to be called for a travel. 2-0 here in the first quarter. About a minute has gone by so far.
And you mentioned Garcia there a moment ago, Spence. She's sort of that inside presence that this team really leans on. They have a lot of good guard play. Last year you saw Lexi Coliani break the school record for threes in a game. Abby Johns have a couple 30-point efforts. Here's a shot right there from range.
Speaking of a three-pointer, it's
Coliani.
Number 21, Lexi Ann Coliani.
Yeah, Lexi Coliani, I think it was 9 threes, I want to say. Was the school record for threes in a game. We were there when they played Freeport in the season finale, but they have a lot of good guard play, but it's really up to Garcia, who strips it right there to kind of be that presence down low for these Cavaliers.
Taken away by Garcia-Broden, and then Kiski moves it forward quickly, but they'll set up a little bit more on offense now. Back up top for Abigail Johns. Johns back over to 21. Coliani. To the left side, Abigail Johns again into the corner. Garcia-Broden. Deep three. Going off the mark. Rebounded off the fingertips. Trying to save it. Not able to, though, was Gianna DeVito. Good effort, though, from her. And it'll be Penn Hill's ball.
Some might look at that shot and say, that's kind of a forced shot that's outside of her range. But really, Spence, that's right in Abby John's sweet spot right there. She is more than comfortable to pull it from range. And you missed that one, but you'll certainly probably see one made from that distance before it's all said and done.
3-2 is that only point from Kiski so far has been a 3, and then the first possession of the game. Good ball movement underneath, and putting that one up was number 5 again for Penn Hills. She's got all their points, I believe. It's Hannah Pugliese.
Getting it done down low so far. The Indians really challenging the Cavaliers in the paint. And that's, again, why I mentioned the importance of Garcia. As Johns is tripped up there, and foul called.
Foul called on number 11 for Penn Hills. That's Milani Oliver. So 4-3 Penn Hills.
Should note, both teams playing a zone defense to start here, Spence. Kind of a interesting thing to see.
You see sometimes zone, sometimes man-to-man, depending on the team. That's a deep three again, number 21, Coliani for Kiski area.
I think I put some good juju out there whenever I mentioned her big game last year. She's hit her first 2 3-point attempts.
She has all 6 points so far. Only 2 players have points for either of these teams. Penn Hill's trying to make that one from a different player. There was a shot from number 11, Miliani Oliver, but a foul called against Kiski.
Yeah, Garcia reached in there, and you saw her reaction afterwards, kind of gritting those teeth, but she knew she was a little too aggressive there, and it's just her first, but she'll have to kind of be careful here moving forward. 4:47 left here in the first quarter.
Be inbounded by Penn Hills, and that's a miscue. Just kind of 5 seconds throwing that up there was Pugliese. But then collected by Penn Hills, and they'll reset. Underneath. That one in. Another good shot, and again with contact. All 6 points have come from number 11, or for number 5, excuse me, from Penn Hills.
2 players have scored. Both have 6 points. And that's your game. And here's Coliani trying to keep that trend going.
Another 3. That one a little too far, though. Rebounded well by Kiski. Taken away, though. Good heads-up play from number 1, Sierra Moughton. Moughton racing down. Can't lay that one in. Rebounded by Kiski. It's going to be a foul on Penn Hills, and we'll have number 2 going to the line for Kiski, Abigail Johns. Yes. Potentially the first points from someone not named Koliani.
Yeah. Smart play there by Johns. Used that shot fake, and teams respect her ability to shoot from range, and got the defender off their feet, drove it in, able to capitalize with the first free throw.
First free throw good from Johns. Abigail Johns, the junior, for Kiski. Second free throw attempt from her is good as well.
Kiski responding with a little bit of a press of their own now, Spence.
8-6, and then Kiski with the press. They broke it. Penn Hills was able to, but that one, a shot from Mara Wade, no good. Rebounded, and then a foul called on Kiski. It will be number 10 who will be going to the line, Egypt Coleman for Penn Hills.
Yeah, foul's going to go against Johns there. A little bit of a reach in. She thought it might have still been a loose ball, but they're going to say that possession was maintained there by number 10 for the Indians.
That's Coleman who hits the first free throw for Penn Hills. Got her first point of the night. Coleman sinks both of them, so pretty symmetrical between these teams. 6 points from one player, 2 points from another one. Both of those 2 points off of free throws. And it's an 8-8 game. 3:40 in the first quarter.
Somewhere Doug Flanders is smiling, the math teacher that he is, and I believe he'll be calling the Armstrong boys basketball game tonight as they welcome Plum to the Hawks Nest in Armstrong.
That will be a good game. The Riverhawks trying to bounce back after a tough loss against Shaler.
Yeah.
It was a heartbreaker in overtime. That one thrown up and no good on that one. Pushed forward, or at least they're trying to push it forward. Penn Hills was just kind of throwing it over there. First player to get to was Kiski. He'll go through as well. Johns on the layup, no good. Rebounded though. Deep three, another one. Short on that one, rebounded. Rebounded by Kiski. It looks like we've got a foul called. We do on number 4 for Penn Hills, Mara Wade, who I think was hoping for the jump ball, but it was just rebounded by Garcia Broden and then calling the foul on her.
Yeah, the great point. How Garcia was able to bring that in and then kind of turn her body, kind of made the arms go out and around, and that's what drew the foul. It looked like originally it had a chance to be a jump ball, but because of the way she moved, and it drew the foul.
First foul and a three-pointer attempt, no good. Rebounded by Gia Desiree Cash, who was checked into the game for Penn Hills. Pugliese, was the one who had that ball before, and now it's over number 11, who's going to take a deep three. That one off the iron, rebounded by Abigail Johns. That was Milani Oliver with that deep three, but no good. Still an 8-point game, 2.5 remaining. Another three, no good. Tipped, rebounded by Johns. Johns, stutter step, stops.
Kiski falling in love with the three-point shot right now, and we've seen them have a little more success driving to the basket.
It's really all they've taken right now is threes. I haven't seen a mid-range jumper put up, but then the only other shots have been under the basket as layups. That's the defense that Penn Hills is giving them, though. They're playing that zone defense where they find that extra pass and find that player on the outside of the arc for a three, just like that. Johns for three. She'll knock it down. 3 points for Kiski. It's Abigail Johns for Kiski. 11-8 with 2 minutes remaining here in this first quarter.
Big shot by Johns, maybe what she needed to get going. Missed a couple threes so far, but as I mentioned early on, you will see her make them. That's just a matter of time. And right there was the case.
How will Penn Hills respond? Cross court, thought that one was out of bounds. It's not. Pugliese, no good on that one.
Nice move, though.
That was a nice move underneath the basket. Over to the corner. Stopping, stepping in, was looking for the three attempt. It was 25, but nothing there from Emma Peck.
I think Peck got a little lucky there. It looked like her feet were moving a little bit and took a couple steps, but no call. Play on.
So Peck will still have it. Johns over to the corner. And Penn Hills continues to press, and haven't seen a dribble until right there for the past couple of seconds. A minute remaining here in this first quarter, 11-8. Kiski up on top right now. Johns. Over to 25, Emma Peck. Back to Johns. 36 seconds on the clock. Johns drives in, kicks it back out. Cora Coleman into the corner for three. That one no good. Rebounded, tipped. Fight for it. It will be Penn Hills' ball, though. No good on that three from Koliani.
And Spence, to your earlier point, they are literally just allowing Kiski area anything outside of the arc right now. And even when they are, you've seen a couple skip passes, they're getting back on defense too. This Penn Hills team, you can tell the athleticism evident just by how they're able to get back in position in that zone defense.
And a new and improved Penn Hills team who has bounced back after a disastrous year last year. 13 seconds on the clock, 11-8 Kiski though. Over to the corner, Pugliese for three. That one no good, rebounded by Penn Hills. 5 seconds, another three put up. That one off the iron, rebounded by their basket by the person who shot it. But there's not going to be enough time for another one. Miliani Oliver, no good on that one. No shot put up, and that will be the end of the first quarter. So 11-8 Kiski, good start for them as we'll go into the second quarter here on the High Top Sports Network. We good? We on it? Welcome back here on the High Top Sports Network. We apologize for no video right now. Some technical difficulties. A shot taken by Kiski. Abigail Johns for three. No good. Rebounded and then put back up by number 32. Rakaya Garcia-Broden for Kiski. I'll just do this as I'm doing a radio call right now. So we'll go through it. Let's see how well I can do this. This one no good from Penn Hills. Rebounded by Kiski, and Johns will move it forward. There's no press. Now they finally get her at the three-point line. She has to pick up her dribble, kicks it to the left side. It's number 13, Gianna DeVito, back over to Cora Coleman up the top. Emma Peck to the right side now. That's Gianna DeVito, still around the three-point line. Everybody for Kiski is in that three-point area, with the exception of right now, passed underneath, but kicked back out. Johns, top of the key for three. No good. Rebound, no rebound. It bounces off the rim and out of play. And it will be Penn Hills' ball with 6:39 on the clock.
Yes, Spence, it's a scary percentage, the number of threes that have been taken so far by Kiski. And, it's bringing truth to the live by the three, die by the three. Right now, it's seemingly the only way that Kiski area is able to get a shot up.
13-8, and yeah, credit to Penn Hills' defense. They are stifling them anywhere inside of the painted area here in Kiski High School, Kiski Area High School. Driving in is Pugliese, no good. Rebounded though, it looked like it got tipped off a block. Taken, and it will be a jump ball as Gia Desiree Cash gets her hands in there. Jump ball, Penn Hills possession. So nice heads-up play by the junior for Penn Hills. Gives Penn Hills, the Indians, the possession back. Five seconds potentially. Yes, it will be. So too long on that one from Milani Oliver. Freshman for Penn Hills. Bright spot, an underclassman for the Indians, struggling there to inbound that one.
Yeah, the clock going off in your head. You called that right at the exact moment that the referee raised his hand.
They had a couple times, the last inbound they had as well, they kind of just threw it up there, hoping for the best, and it did work out in their favor. That time, not as successful. Stolen away, though, by Penn Hills. Pugliese. Oliver looks back to Pugliese. She'll send it over to Milani Oliver. Pugliese for three. No good. Penn Hills has yet to register a three-pointer in this one. Meanwhile, a majority of Kiski's points are off of threes. This one underneath, just kind of saved by Cash. She slaps it over to nobody, though, for Penn Hills, and taken away by Kiski now. 5:24 on the clock here in the first half. Underneath and laying that one up and in is Rikaya Garcia-Broden. A timeout will be taken by Penn Hills, 15-8 here for Kiski Area High School. And once again, thank you for tuning in here on High Top Sports Network, presented by Diamond and Gold Buyers of Pittsburgh. Diamond and Gold Buyers of Pittsburgh is the region's premier-owned jewelry store, offering a beautiful selection jewelry as well as new custom-made diamond pendants, earrings, bracelets, and engagement rings. With Diamond and Gold Buyers of Pittsburgh, your chances of finding what you're looking for is even more likely than a cookie-cutter jewelry stores you've heard of. If you love the designer jewelry of Levian, Tiffany & Co., Pandora, Judith Ripka, clearly you can tell I don't know jewelry that well. I think I'm butchering these names. Neil Lane and more. You might just leave with more than intended once you see their unbeatable prices. And don't forget, Diamond and Gold Buyers of Pittsburgh will purchase your gold, silver, platinum, diamonds, and coins at all of our locations for top dollar. That's Diamond and Gold Buyers of Pittsburgh.
You finished strong. You got Neil Lane.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I'd hope that was one I could get right. Pandora, I've heard of that. Used to be a radio station.
Yeah, I still listen to Pandora.
Are you a Pandora radio person?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I had it on this morning, as a matter of fact.
More of an XM person myself if I have radio, Sirius XM. That one taken away up Penn Hills on the inbound. Over for Kiski. Looking for a three.
A fun story for you. Abby Johns, the sharpshooter, girl with the ball right now, puts it up. Her dad and myself, both same high school coaches. Different high schools, of course. He went to Purchase Line, I went to Marion Center, but both coached by the great Steve Woodrow.
Of course,
factoid for you.
Johns, who's got a couple of points. Everybody knows everybody, it seems like. Whenever I go to these games here, I feel like an outsider on the inside now.
Well, the funny thing is, Penn's about her Purchase Line and Marion Center are nowhere near here, so that's what makes it kind of random, I guess.
Definitely, those are out east, correct? Am I right in saying that?
Indiana County, getting towards District 6 land, as I like to call it.
Well, the three-pointer for Penn Hills. That's their first three-pointer of the afternoon. That one goes out of play, though, off Penn Hills last, so it'll be Kiski ball, 15-11 with 4:15 here in the second quarter. And it will be Abigail Johns who will inbound it for the Cavaliers. Cutting in, back out, Johns with some defense on her inside now. Looking for a post move, looking for a guy, or a player cutting in, I should say. Nothing doing there, so Kiski with it still, though. Johns back out. Outside that three-point line. Taken away, Pugliese, nice steal from her. She'll run down the lane, lay that one up and in. Good play, great defense, and she's rewarded with the points. But here comes Kiski moving forward fast. They try and snap the Penn Hills players that were caught sleeping a little bit there, and it is a point, 2 points, I should say, from Garcia-Broden.
Yeah, I thought Emma Peck's bounce pass was going to be a second too late, but Garcia is still able to get it up and in for the bucket.
Pugliese put that one off the front of the iron, no good. 17-13, 3:20 on the clock as Johns will race forward. Back over to Garcia. Johns at the top. Defense by Cash. Over for Garcia. No good on that one. Too strong on that shot from the baseline. Penn Hills with it, 2:50 on the clock. Pugliese knocks that one down from the foul line.
She got things started for Penn Hills, and looks like she's going to be the one that's going to try to carry them into the half and possibly give them a lead going into the stoppage.
Almost like a heat check shot right there for Pugliese. She just kind of stopped her at the foul line. No one was on her, so she figured why not. And she knocks it down. She's got 10 points in this one. Johns for three, no good. Rebounded by number 11, Milani Oliver. And Oliver will take it up the court. 2:15 on the clock, 2-point lead for Kiski. Penn Hills is looking for their first lead of the game. If they convert here, a three-pointer would be that first lead. But it looks like they're going to take their time. Head coach Robert Cash taking his time in this one. Pugliese fights for it. Rebounded, they're taken away. Nice steal though from Oliver. Oliver cuts in, she's denied. Blocked by Garcia. Minute 41, so Oliver with a heads up play, but Garcia stayed with it and denying Oliver. Garcia underneath for Johns. Johns back out. Garcia, nice cut in and lays that one up for Kiski. Beautiful play from Kiski there.
Yeah, great job by the passer. I believe, I want to say it was number 11, was it not?
It was number 11 for Kiski. That's Cora Coleman.
Yeah, a good job of keeping her head up, but there's a response from the other number 11 on the court.
Milani Oliver for three, and just like that, we're back to now a 1-point game. 19-18 with 1 minute remaining here in the first half on the High Top Sports Network. Johns is going to calm things down. Head coach Dave Williamson is telling his team to take things slow. Of course, no shot clock in Whitfield High School basketball.
Unfortunately.
That's a big thing. I saw or something, we'll talk about it later. 30 states don't have high school shot clocks out of 50 states.
I'm surprised there's 20 to do, to be honest.
To be honest, yeah, it's not the easiest thing to keep track of and to maintain as well, but 15 seconds on the clock now. Final attempt for Kiski. It's over to Coleman. Coleman guarded. Double team back over. 3 seconds left. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession will stay for Kiski, but with 2 seconds left, they're going to have to inbound and then throw something up and hope for the best to end this first half.
The bad part about that is then with the possession arrow now flipping, you give Penn Hills the basketball coming out of the half. So unless you can finish strong here, it's always nice to kind of start with the basketball, I think.
Inbounded. Going to throw this one up. No, they're not going to be able to. No basket on that one. Cora Coleman was defended well by Milani Oliver, and that will be the end of the first half. So 19-18. Penn Hills brings it back within 1 point, but Kiski area Cavaliers are still up 1 point. We will step aside. Momentarily for halftime here between Kiski and Penn Hills here on the High Top Sports Network.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff. Be sure to visit Armstrong Indoor Athletics online at aia.team or call them at 724-599-9761 for more information today.
Nicola Ann Photography is a professional photographer with studio locations in Katanning and Lawrenceville, specializing in newborns, children, senior photos, families, and sports teams. Give her a call today at 724-388-8949.
Steffi's Country Catering prepares home-style made-from-scratch dishes that will have you convinced Mom made it. Whatever the occasion, Steffi's Country Catering will have you coming back for every event year-round. Find us on Facebook to place an order or to see our Sunday specials, or call 724-54-85047.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
In Ford City, talk to State Farm agent Ryan Bowser today.
Nicola Ann Photography is a professional photographer with studio locations in Katanning and Lawrenceville, specializing in newborns, children, senior photos, families, and sports teams. Give her a call today at 724-388-8949.
Oh, I forgot the transition. 19-18 here with 6 minutes remaining in the half. We will step aside momentarily for the last couple of minutes. We'll come back, give a preview of the second half here on the High Top Sports Network. Welcome back here on the High Top Sports Network. We'll be underway shortly between Penn Hills Indians and the Kiski Area Cavaliers. Alongside me, Joe Rhodes, I'm Spencer Witt. It's a 19-18 lead for Kiski. Both teams, though, switching sides, and Penn Hills will go from left to right. Kiski going from right to left on your screen. It is Penn Hills. We saw that possession right at the end of that half. Was the reason that Penn Hills will come out of the second half with the ball based off that jump ball, about 5 seconds remaining in the first half. So third quarter underway, and it is Penn Hills with the first possession. Cutting in, driving in, laying that one up, no good. Rebounded by Kiski. That was Milani Oliver who couldn't get that one to fall. Mara Wade back into the game for Penn Hills. She came out earlier on, replaced by Gia Desiree Cash, and has checked back in now. Gianna DeVito. Back over to Abigail Johns for three, no good, rebounded. And that's gonna be possession for Penn Hills. Garcia's gotta be careful there, almost an over the back call. Could arguably have been called there on her, but regardless, possession goes to Penn Hills, so no good on the three. It's still 19-18. 6:50 on the clock. As Penn Hills will cut over. Pugliese. Cuts it over. Mara Wade up top now. Egypt Coleman. Coleman, Pugliese. Pugliese gets switched up now, and Garcia's defending her, and back over to Wade. Coleman will collect it. And a swipe after that one is number 11, Pugliese. That one got tipped and barely over to her. Stops, turns. Underneath, Coleman. Coleman drives in. Oh, couldn't finish though. Rattles around the rim, no good. Nice move though from number 10, Egypt Coleman, but nothing doing there. And Kiski with possession. 19-18, 5:50 on the clock. Here Cash yelling to get your hands up. Trying to play defense here. Strong defensive-minded team. The boys' side is a very strong defensive-minded team, and that correlates to the girls, but that time it's left open for Abigail Johns, who hits the first points of the game, or first points of the second half with a three.
That's a good way to start for Abby Johns. Got off a little bit of a cold start there in the first half. Knocked down a couple threes though after it was all said and done, but getting off to a good start is big for her, because when she gets hot, she gets white hot.
5'10" junior knocking down the three. She's got 8 points for Kiski. Driving in, little jump float shot there, a runner I should say, no good. That's a two-pointer for number 1, no good on that one from Sierra Moten, and the possession stays for Penn Hills.
Lucky not to get an over the back foul there. Tipping that one out of bounds, it'll stay here, so doesn't really hurt Penn Hills, but Kiski kind of dodging a bullet there.
That's the second time now we've seen potential over the back against Penn Hills, but not called. For three there, no good. Good rebound from Johns, and she'll move it forward now. 22-18. Johns loses the handle on that one, and Coleman's just trying to push it forward now. Coleman off the glass and in. Or excuse me, that's Oliver off the glass and in. Coleman was the one who had possession on it for a second. 22-20. Kiski back over to Abigail Johns. That one for three, no good, rebounded. Good tip from 5, Hannah Pugliese. And then Penn Hills will move it forward. Johns gets there, takes it away. Good heads-up play from Johns. 2-on-2 now on the fast break. Loses the handle on it. It's going to stay for Kiski, though. Cash wanted to travel, head coach for Penn Hills, and Johns tried to make the move to her left, but I think she just lost the handle on it, and lucky that it deflects off Penn Hills, and possession still for Kiski. 4:08 on the clock, inbounded. Garcia up and in. Almost too easy there for Garcia on the post move. 24-20, she's got 10 points herself as well.
And there again, her importance, evident. You know, a team that shoots as many threes as Kiski area does, you sometimes forget about someone like Garcia down low, and she certainly has the skill to make you pay if you do forget about her.
Poliani takes that one on the turnover. Abigail Johns now again with it. Cutting in, nothing doing there, and we're going to have a foul called. I believe that was Wade who gets called for the foul. The problem with Wade, now she's got 3 fouls, so she's going to have to check out. 23 will come in. Anaya Hickman, freshman for Penn Hills. Over for 3 on the inbound. That one's good. That's 21, Lexianne Poliani for 3. 27-20, a 7-point lead for Kiski.
And you got Coliani, you got Peck, you got Johns, you have Coleman. All can shoot from range. You know, there's weapons as far as shooting goes all over the place for Kiski area.
Pugliese is fouled off of the rebound, putting that back up, so she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And yeah, you got Coliani, who's got 9 points. Johns has 8. Only one player with double digits for Penn Hills is number 5, Pugliese, and she's looking for her 11th here. No good on the first free throw. Next best player, I think, in points is number 11 for Penn Hills. That's Melanie Oliver with 5. Second free throw is good for Pugliese. Coleman will take this one forward. 6-point lead for the Cavaliers. That one taken away, though, by Pugliese. Bad pass from Coleman. One-on-one. Lays that one up and is called for the foul on Johns. So Pugliese will go back to the free throw line.
Well, luckily for Johns, only 1 foul so far. If she would pick up another one here quickly, then we're going to maybe start talking about her being in trouble. But if she could kind of afford to send Pugliese to the line there after she had a less than stellar trip her last time, and there she misses the first.
Pugliese misses the first one on that 2 free throw attempts. That is John's second foul on the evening. Misses the second one as well, so no good on that charity stripe for Pugliese on this attempt. They hand it off to Cora Coleman. Coleman, the junior, cuts in. Back over baseline for 13. DeVito outside for 3 for Johns. That rattles in and out. And it's going to be possession for Kiski.
And Kiski still living and dying by the 3. So far, they're staying afloat, up by 6. But we were kind of talking about this at halftime off the air that you know, in high school basketball, it's so hard to win consistently. You know, just depending on the 3-point shot heavily, as Garcia's fouled there, Spence. But Kiski area making it work tonight.
Kiski has taken a lot of threes. They've hit a decent amount of them, although they have missed their handful as well. This time, though, not a 3 here. It was Garcia who fouled underneath. Good look from Johns to get it to her, and then Garcia will go to the free throw line. Misses the first, though.
Not an exhibition in free throw shooting here over the last few minutes by either team. You saw Pugliese missing in the other end a couple trips, and Garcia missing the front end.
It was Coleman who was called for the foul. Garcia makes the second one, though, and it's an 7-point lead, excuse me, for Kiski.
Spence, remind me, what was the score coming into the half?
It was 19-18.
Okay, so there you go.
1-point lead after the first half.
2 minutes through 6, or 2 points, excuse me, through 6 minutes for Penn Hills. It's Cavaliers defense that's tracking down this half.
Another turnover and taken away underneath. Easy basket. Good look from Johns, and it's points for Cora Coleman.
Yeah, great job by Johns to keep her head up. Too often players want to dribble with their head down. It's the old adage, you hear it all the time. You know, dribble with your head up, but Same goes for passing. You know, you got to keep your eyes up, and in that case, under the hoop where the wide open man was, and John's able to find her.
3-point attempt here, knocking it down is number 11, trying to keep her team afloat, Miliani Oliver. That's just what Penn Hills needed. They were hanging on, and the rope was starting to break, so good for them to just keep themselves into this one. A minute remaining here in the third quarter. A foul called on, I believe that's going to be on number 23. It'll be Anaya Hickman, excuse me.
You mentioned Oliver a moment ago. She's a nice little player for Penn Hills. She can kind of do it all. She drives the lane and tries to create a shot, slashing to the hoop, as we've seen a couple times tonight. And right there, you saw her able to pull it from range and knock it down.
Cora Coleman will head to the free throw line for Kiski. First free throw, no good on that one. Seen the last, I think, 4 different foul shot attempts, times to the line, I should say. They've missed the first free throw. Twice from Pugliese, one from Garcia, and now Coleman misses the first free throw. Coleman, second attempt here, 1:07 remaining in the third quarter. No good on that one. Rebounded by Penn Hills. 6-point lead for Kiski. Penn Hills tries to cut the deficit down even farther with a 3. That one no good. Rebounded by Kiski. It was 25. Emma Peck who rebounds that one for the Cavaliers. Back over for 21. Top is number 21, Coliani. Underneath, taken away by Pugliese. 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Pugliese over to her teammate. That was Oliver. Nice fake out there from number 1, Sierra Moten, but nothing doing it. It's taken away by Kiski. Moving forward is Coleman. Coleman with a defender on her. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Kiski, though, and John's heads up effort to get to that one. Over for 3, no good on that one. Wide open 3 as Penn Hills was caught sleeping on defense. Final shot attempt for Pugliese, no good. A 6-point lead for Kiski, 30-24. It's like you were saying before, Joe, that Penn Hills just struggled on offense right until near the end of that third quarter, and that's been the difference so far, as Kiski area Cavaliers holding on to a 6-point lead. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in here on the High Top Sports Network. Presented by Elevated Hair Company. No matter your hair needs, be it just a simple cut or maybe it's bigger than that, Elevation Hair Company is the solution you're looking for, and you don't even have to go far to find that solution. Maybe you need a keratin treatment to help with that frizz. They do that. They do coloring from simple highlights to full foil coloring, even corrective coloring. Joe, I know you've been looking to try and color your hair.
I have. Thank you for noticing.
It's possible that your luscious locks aren't on the agenda this particular day. Maybe you have a big event coming up and you want your nails worthy of whatever marquee event you have upcoming. That's right. Elevated Hair Company can repair or stylize your soon-to-be fancy follicles. Located in the lovely Allegheny Township, right in Leechburg, PA. Their mission is simple. They say right on their website, elevatedhair.com. What's their mission? To provide the highest level, or the greatest too, of customer service to each client, thereby establishing a long-lasting relationship of trust and commitment. Begin that relationship today and either call them at 724-882-4267 or go online to schedule your next visit so that the experienced hair staff at Elevated Hair Company can have you looking your very best. Back underway.
I wrote that.
You did. That's
it was poetry.
I know you had the intentions of getting your nails and your hair done. You knew.
Well, I'm a big fan of Missy Elliott. So when I was reading that, I was just thinking about getting my nails done and getting my hair did.
Hair did, nail done, everything did.
Yep.
That one laid up and in for
Oliver again.
Yeah, it's number 11. She's got 10 points now. 1 point away from the team high from Pugliese. It's a 4-point lead, though, for Kiski. A good one here is it's going to be, I believe, a timeout will be taken. Yes, it will be from Kiski. So Kiski has to take a timeout. Great defense from Penn Hills. 30-26 here on the High Top Sports Network. Do another one of these reads here, shall we?
Yeah, I wrote those too.
Say, this High Top Sports Network presented by Keystone Cleaning Services. The key to a fresh and rejuvenated look and feel to your home, business, or facility in Keystone Cleaning Services. Is Keystone Cleaning Services, I should say. Instead of trying to explain what you'll find out the second Keystone Cleaning Services completes your next request, I'll leave it to the dazzling reviews from more of their satisfied customers. First review, I waited to write my review until Keystone cleaned for me a few times. I guess I'm jaded and half expected a decline in quality. Thankfully, they proved me wrong. I continue to be so impressed with how punctual, thorough, and respectful Kim and Amanda are. With 2 dogs and 3 kids, I needed help, and Keystone comes through every time. Highly recommended Keystone. Once again, if you want some cleaning services, KeystoneCleaningServices.com or call them at 724-393-6585. Schedule your next visit from the very best in the residential and commercial cleaning industry, Keystone Cleaning Services.
Spence, I kid you not, there's not one bad review on their Facebook page.
It's actually impressive. I did look at that Facebook page prior to this broadcast as well, and especially for bad reviews, you usually have people go on and make a point to put a review if they have a bad service, but nothing for Keystone Cleaning Services. Highly recommended. 30-26 here, 6:43 on the clock in the 4th quarter. It's a 4-point lead as Kiski has the ball. They have possession. They were forced to call a timeout. Both teams with 4 timeouts left in this one. Blocked off number 10's hands. That was Egypt Coleman. Good block from her, and it'll be Kiski still with possession.
And it's the defense, I think, that's really kept Penn Hills in this contest. And really, they've had a lot of second chance opportunities as well, a lot of offensive boards, even including the second half that they kind of struggled coming out of the gates. They still gave themselves some opportunities by getting some offensive rebounds.
Doing a good job underneath. They're also jumping the pass and getting fingertips on the ball. It's almost like it's too expected from Kiski, at least in the last couple of minutes here, is inbounded and well guarded, and just throwing that over to Coleman before the 5-second clock.
Long possession here.
Long possession for Kiski. They've had a couple breaks go their way. Ball's going out of play, but again, still in possession. Back over to Garcia. Coleman. Garcia up top, defended by Egypt Coleman. Kiski still with it. Picking up her dribble over to Garcia. Garcia. Guarded by Egypt Coleman. Abigail Johns back over, and possession has just been a big issue right now for Kiski. Looking to take that one away. They're not able to. Is it going to be a foul or a travel? It's going to be a foul called.
Wow, that's as close as you can get right there. You could go either way. That possession kind of reminded me of an offense in the NFL, just running the football, long, methodical drive down the field, trying to just waste clock. And that's what that possession by these Kiski girls kind of resembled a little bit.
Milani Oliver was called for the foul. I think Robert Cash has an argument to make. That seemed more like a travel and just player for Kiski falling over. And that's a crucial one, too, because, again, still 5 minutes and still Kiski with possession.
I'd have to agree with you there, Spence.
Back out for Johns. At this point, I think Penn Hills just needs to be more aggressive. Johns lays that one up. No good, though. Good drive from her. And here comes Penn Hills, finally with possession. It's a 4-point lead, 4:50 on the clock.
Opportunities are going to become fewer and fewer for Penn Hills, so they need to capitalize on every trip down the court that they can.
Egypt Coleman over to Milani Oliver. Oliver guarded by Abigail Johns. Oliver drives in, throws that one up, no good. Rebound. Kept in, nice play from Penn Hills, but it's taken away, and it will be a jump ball. Beautiful heads-up play. Egypt Coleman diving over there to get to that ball, and then it's a jump ball. Possession for Penn Hills, so they do maintain possession for the time being. 4:24 on the clock. Again, Penn Hills looking for their third victory in section play. Kiski's looking for their second. A big win for the Cavaliers if they can hold on here, but Penn Hills, a three-pointer there, no good, rebounded. There'll be a jump ball again, yes it will be, and possession goes to Kiski.
There again, Rakai Garcia, that kind of heart and soul down low in the post. I mean, it's evident the shooters on this team. They're not afraid to pull it, but you know, every good team, and we were talking about it at halftime as well, you need to have some inside presence one way or another, and that's exactly, not to beat a dead horse, exactly what Rakai Garcia is for this Cavaliers team. So much more important than I think sometimes even her stats show.
She's got 11 points in this one, almost taken away by Penn Hills. Oof. Nobody there though, and taken away now by the Indians. They'll stop and hold on to possession, at least they will for a little bit. Pugliese.
Coach Williamson was going to throw his jacket, decided better.
It's a nail biter here, and I have to imagine Williamson is sweating thinking about this one. 4-point lead. Kiski has been held scoreless for several minutes now, though. That's the big issue for them. That defense at Penn Hills is keeping them in this. Pugliese underneath. She was open for a second. Had to take a dribble and stop. Puts that one up and down for Pugliese. It's a 2-point game now.
What a pretty move that was. Kind of lost her angle there, and the defender kind of cut it off, then turned around and re-squared up and created a little bit of space, enough to knock down that jumper. She's been impressive tonight, has Pugliese. Really, her and Oliver, the story offensively for these Indians.
Pugliese and Oliver have a combined 23 of their 28 points. And it shows the leadership from the junior and the freshman. Both these players trying to turn Penn Hills back around. A program that was in tough times last year. Again, 0-11, I believe, in conference. 0-12 in conference play. 1-18, only one victory last year. One of the worst records in the WPIAL last season. Other side for Kiski, again, they went 9-13, finished 5th last year in the conference. 3-9 record. So looking to get themselves one step closer to tying their wins in section play last year.
Yeah, Penn Hills, the school district as a whole, no stranger to success in championship aspirations. The football program speaks for itself. We could probably talk the remainder of this game just about the football program and the tradition there. And we talked about the boys team this year, one of the more athletic teams I've seen so far here in 2022-2023. And so these girls trying to put themselves in that same category.
Good inbound there from Kiski as they're able to break the press. Johns picks up her dribble. She's defended well by Pugliese, and she just has to kick it back out to 13. That's Gianna DeVito. DeVito held scoreless right now in this game. Johns, with Pugliese guarding her. Johns picks up her dribble again, and that one went off Pugliese's arm, and that's collected by Penn Hills. Penn Hills looking to tie it or even take the lead here. Pugliese for 3, and she knocks it down, and it's Penn Hills' first lead of the game with 3 minutes remaining.
Wow, ice water. She created that turnover and that great defense on Johns, and then comes down and knocks down the 3, Spence. Wow.
She's got 16 points. And Dave Williamson will take a timeout, 31-30, Penn Hills. The Indians trying to come in to the Kiski Area High School, steal a victory away from the Cavaliers.
Yeah, it's been a battle all night, that matchup between Johns and Pugliese. I'd say Pugliese getting the better of it here, especially the last couple trips down the court on the defensive end. And you know, she stuck her hand in there and deflected it, and that's what allowed the turnover to happen. And as I said a moment ago, capping that little sequence off with a 3 to give them the first lead of the night here as we're in the waning moments of the fourth quarter. Unbelievable, Spence.
16 points for Pugliese, and I don't know if we have a player of the game in this one.
We do. It's actually presented by, excuse me while I make sure I have that correct. Oh, it's Bobby's Jewelers. I need to that read is actually not on your screen there. Bobby's Jewelers, thankful for them. They hopped on a little late today, so we didn't get a chance to get their live read together, but certainly thankful for them and appreciative of their sponsorship here this evening in this doubleheader. A common theme at Kiski area, Spence. I don't know if you noticed that on their schedule. A lot of doubleheaders, and that's a credit to John Peterman, the gentleman across the way. Likes to do that because he believes it brings in a better crowd.
I think it does. There's a decent crowd here, especially tonight for this Penn Hills Kiski area girls team, and the boys game will be coming on momentarily. So people just showing up for the boys game. We're going to catch a good ending here for this girls game. 31-30. Johns with the ball underneath. Nice cut in, and the foul. They knock it down. It's number 11, Cora Coleman for Kiski.
And that's got to feel good for Johns. She was about to pick up that dribble again and was able to get rid of it and find the cutter, and up and good. A chance to make it a three-point play the old-fashioned way, Spence.
And one opportunity for Cora Coleman, the junior for Kiski. Got 4 points. Looking for 5 here. Coleman's free throw is good.
Big time.
That makes it a 2-point lead, excuse me. With 2:30 on the clock for Penn Hills. How will the Indians respond, though? They're the hotter team right now. They've made a lot of more baskets than Kiski has in the last couple of minutes. Taken away, though. Good steal from Johns. Fighting for it, and Coleman will move forward. 2:13 on the clock.
Oh, don't pick it up in the corner.
Almost got trapped in the corner, but was able to kick it back out. Taken away, though. Coleman loses the handle on it. And moving it forward is Penn Hills. Odd man rush, though, for them. So they'll stop and hold on to it. Wade will. Pugliese over for number 11, who was looking for the 3, but back to Pugliese. Top of the key, loses the handle on that one. Almost a little lackadaisical to get to it. Wade looking for Coleman. Coleman can't put it down, but she's fouled. Egypt Coleman will go to the line, so a big opportunity from Cora Coleman for Kiski, and now Egypt Coleman is looking to try and respond for Penn Hills. 33-31 with 1:42 on the clock. Coleman for 2 free throws.
Yeah, I didn't expect this necessarily, Spence, coming out of the halftime break and seeing Kiski area kind of seize momentum and seemingly get almost a double-digit lead as the first free throw. No good there, but give credit to Penn Hills battling and not dipping their heads enough that they've let this game get out of reach.
They've got to hit their free throws. Coleman's first free throw, no good. Second one, no good as well. And so now Kiski has the ball back with 1:40 on the clock.
You know, we really haven't noted it, but it's been a physical game, Spence.
It has. Not too many fouls, though. 5 for Penn Hills, 3 for Kiski.
Ooh.
Nice move from Garcia, but you can't finish. And Coleman with the rebound.
I hate to say it, that's a ball don't lie right there. I think it was a travel. She got away with one and then missed it, so the basketball gods just correcting things there.
Pugliese made the spin move and just kind of threw it in, hoping for the best, and nothing doing there. It will be possession for Kiski. 1:15 on the clock.
Yeah, and I like that, though, the physical nature of this game, the refs kind of letting it go a little bit. It's felt fast, too. I don't know if it's felt fast for you. It has for me.
Definitely has, yeah.
And that's just a byproduct of, refs kind of letting it go a little bit. Only 9 fouls now here in this second half. And not sure how many we had there at the conclusion of the first half, but I don't think either team was in the bonus.
I don't know. Neither team was in the bonus in the first half. There was only a handful of fouls, I think.
Right.
In general.
Yeah, these refs have allowed it to be a little bit physical. And it's not like it's gone one way. You know, both ends, both teams, kind of being physical. You saw bodies on the floor in that last possession.
Yeah.
So I like it. I think it's a better way to play than spending the entire night at the free throw line and stoppages. And
if anything, the arguments, I think that fouls shouldn't have been fouls. We've seen a couple situations like that, but that's, for the most part, has been the storyline in terms of fouls. It's not necessarily a foul-oriented game. Like you said, it's been more defensive-minded.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, no one, living that more than Pugliese. she's definitely been physical with Johns, and I think that we kind of saw it bothering Johns a little bit. But again, that's why I said it was so huge for her to be able to connect on that backdoor pass earlier, because it was kind of redemption for her after she got that ball poked away and then saw the defender come down and knock down to 3 that gave them the lead. So it's all these little matchups, these little games within the game.
Minute 15 is Williamson calling the designed inbound, and Johns is going to get it. Nothing fouling yet. That one goes out of play, and it's going to be a possession for Penn Hills. So Johns kind of using her pivot foot. I think she fell over off the Penn Hills player and lost the handle on it.
Yeah, I hate to say that's the right call there.
It is. I do agree with that in the sense that Johns just kind of moved over and she got double teamed at the last second, and that was the reason falling over.
Yeah, she lost her balance. That's what made it look worse than what it actually was.
A minute remaining here. 33-31 Kiski. Pugliese in the corner for 3. No good. Rebounded by Johns. A huge rebound. And now Johns has got to get out of there. She was trapped for a second.
What a big rebound there.
Foul called as Johns gets the rebound and gets fouled. Ileani Oliver fouling, and then it will be Johns who will go to the free throw line.
Now we're in the bonus.
Now we are in the bonus. 7 fouls against Kiski. Or 7 fouls against Penn Hills, I should say.
Abby Johns stepping up there late. That was a big rebound. She had 2 Penn Hills players on her hips, both sides of her, and she was able to get good position, a good box out, and grab that rebound.
Johns has 8 points, and she knocks down the first of the 1-and-1. Huge free throw there. It makes it a 3-point lead. This can make it 2 possessions if she can knock down this second free throw.
Huge.
It's both of them.
That's huge.
4-point lead, and now Penn Hills has to move quickly. 40 seconds on the clock. Pugliese, that one almost taken away by Johns. Johns is there the whole time. This one for 3, no foul. Coleman going down. It's an air ball. No one for Penn Hills was able to get to it, so it's possession for Kiski. Now Penn Hills will, again, try and trap Kiski. You're gonna have to foul here or force. Looking to force a jump ball, but instead, because possession arrow is for Penn Hills. One thing to note, timeout was taken though by Williamson before that could be a jump ball.
That's a little strange. It looked like Johns was kind of just waiting for that to come. I'm not sure. You're always.
It was kind of. That's not the situation you're supposed to. You don't want to be caught in the trapped in the corner there. Instead, you got to move that one forward.
Yeah, that was
strange.
Maybe the intention was to maybe use the timeout there and maybe waste as much time as you possibly could, and the pressure came, and that's when the timeout was called. So I'm assuming maybe that's what that was, but it just seemed as though Abby Johns was content with letting the defense come to her there and force the timeout call by her coach.
Have to think maybe she was expecting to be fouled as well, forcing her to go to the free throw line, so she just kind of embraced it. But
I mean, that's God bless her, because you can never assume anything there, because you're going to stand there and just wait for the traffic to come to you, and you get a trap. The way this game has already played out, you can't assume that you're going to get the foul call.
Deep ball and beautifully executed, and a foul is called. Perfect home run pass from Garcia to 13, Gianna DeVito. You could see that one the whole way. I saw DeVito running over, and once Garcia saw it, she wound up, threw that one deep. And DeVito's looking for her first points. Bad news for number 4 for Penn Hills. Mara Wade fouls out. No points for Wade in this one. Tough night for her. DeVito knocks down the free throw. Her first point and a big one. 22 seconds remaining, 36-31.
How big have the Cavaliers been at the free throw line here down the stretch? Johns knocking down the last 2, and just as I say that.
Missing the second free throw, and Penn Hills is still alive, but barely breathing here. A three-pointer and a foul is called on Pugliese.
I don't know how you call that, especially with the way this game has already been called to this point. boy, oh boy.
There were two players that got an arm. It looked like it got her arm, too. The reason why she kind of went limp on that shot, came up short on it. So it looks like it's going to be, I believe, 3 free throws for Pugliese. She missed free throws earlier, and maybe I'm trying to jinx it for her the other way around. Unfortunately, though, not making that one. Pugliese's got to hit at least 2 of these free throws here. Second free throw, no good, so it only was 2 free throws. My apologies, her foot was on the line. So not a three-point play, and a foul is called on Pugliese. Johns will go to the free throw line.